Hello and welcome to your weekly tarot scopes. Right, this is something I'm going to try and do every week if I can get organised. Oh, I'm throwing them around already. Not a good start. Oh. Right, we're going to start with Aries. That's where I've got all that fiery energy because we're talking about Aries. This is your weekly vibe. So first of all, Aries, this is your weekly influence. Mental, swords, a lot of thinking is going to start happening this week for you. Now, you might find that you've got a lot of ideas going on around you, Aries, and you're just sort of going around in circles a little bit. So you'll need to make sure that you're a bit more focused as you start the week. You might find that you need to dot the I's, cross the T's a little bit more and really home in on what it is that you want to be achieving this week. But a lot of mental stimulation, a lot of thinking is going to go into this. You could find that the internet is going to play a part. You could find that there's emails or there's communication is coming in from afar that's going to be important to get a better reach in whatever area that it is you're thinking about. If there's anything where communication is a little bit pear-shaped at the moment, then you might have to just take a little step back. However, and you know, watch what you say a little bit there. You know, things can't be taken back once they've said them. However, there is an exciting vibe around you, Aries, this week. Let's have a little look as we move forward. It's another court card. It's an action card this time. So by thinking clearly, by being focused, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, you can go very far this week, Aries. You can really get things taken off. There's action that's coming in. There's things at great speed, which is going to suit you. So it's just a matter of doing things correctly as you start that focus. But there is great things coming up and this action is needed. It's like now's the time to get going with something. These ideas, whatever it is, these movement, this is happening now. And the final card for your weekly vibe is another action card, but it's an ace this time. So it's definitely something new that's coming in around you this week. New inspiration, new creation, new conception. There's a bubbling excitement energy that's coming in. But your main theme is to think about it first, to make sure that you do everything properly, diligently, and that you are staying focused and that the excitement doesn't turn into rushing too much where mistakes could be made there. But some lovely fiery energy coming in for you this week, Aries, particularly good with new things that you're wanting to get going. Great, Aries. Let's have a look at Taurus now. Your weekly vibe, Taurus, is, let's have a little look, Taurus. Your weekly vibe, and this includes me, it is, again, action, it's success, it's victory. Now, your weekly vibe is like achievements, having the support of people around you, getting the goals set in and getting going with what it is that you want, but recognition and achievement. So you should start the week feeling a little bit more excited again with what's coming up. You're bringing home the goods this week, so your hard work will start to pay off and you should start to see a lot of breakthrough coming this at the beginning of the week here. And the vibe, the general vibe is just to keep going, really keep going, because you're on a winning streak there. Let's see, Taurus, what else you've got going on. Romance could be in the air for you, or there could be emotional offers coming up here. Now, you've got to be careful. This, it all looks good on the outside, but you've got to make sure that you're not burying your head in the sand, or that somebody can walk the walk as well as talk the talk. But nevertheless, a very favourable, positive card. You might find that there are apologies, or that you're going to just have some good news coming your way as an offer there on an emotional level. Now let's have a little look, Taurus, as your final card. Oh, I'm just going to take all these from me because I'm a Taurus and I like them. This is Happy Ever After. It's the success card as well. So the vibe for you really, Taurus, is win-win all the way through there. Stay focused, keep doing your hard work, good offers are coming its way, and it's going to have a successful outcome around you. Happiness, emotional contentment. Now this could be a contentment in all areas, although it does tick the emotional box. It was also indicating that there's other work areas, family areas. Very, very good. Happy home coming in here. I feng shuied my whole house this last couple of weeks, and I only said yesterday it's really feeling lush at the moment. So happy, contented home life for you, Tauruses, there. So keep going, just keep going, keep doing what you're doing. You're really making some progress there, and there should be some happy vibes and some good news coming in there for you by the end of the week. Lush, Taurus. Let's have a look for you, Geminis now. Gemini, you have the Queen of Swords as your vibe card. So the vibe card talks about where you need to apply your focus mainly. And swords are mental. So here you have to speak up for yourself. Geminis. Now you're very good at communication. That sits comfortably with you with Gemini, with Mercury ruling you. However, sometimes the truth is hard to say, and sometimes people don't like to hear the truth. But your key vibe this week is the truth. If there's anything cloudiness, if there's any cloud going around this week, if something isn't quite clear for you, you need to cut through that and be quite direct with it as well. Now this could bring a little bit of responsibility on your shoulders, or it might make way to a bit more work. But it's a 10, so it's like again saying just keep going, because you're coming to the end of a difficult time or a lot of responsibility. But responsibility is key for this week for you. Hard work, extra work, being busy. Just bear in mind that you don't take on too much responsibility, and this may be where you need to speak up for yourself and just say help, or a little bit of like, don't keep giving it all to me, share the burden. And then you end, let's have a look where you end. Brilliant, with the Magician. So the final vibe around you, Geminis, is that you can do it. You've got all the tools to do the job. You can create the life that you want. It's a 1, so it's the beginning of something. It's a strong card. It's a powerful card. It's the Magician, so strong, raw power for you. It's hopes and dreams, making a reality of them. So even though you might find you've got a lot of responsibility and a lot of work there, and it is weighing on your shoulders, even speaking the truth might weigh on your shoulders, it will be well worth it, because you can then be this new creative, have this creative vibe to be able to manifest the life and dreams that you want. It's really saying you can go for it. Just keep on going, but bear in mind not to take on too much of other people's stuff or too much responsibility. Share that burden, speak up for yourself there. But at the end of the day, you've got this, you can do this, and you can bring a bit of magic into your life, Geminis. Okay, we're moving into Cancer now. What's your weekly vibe, Cancer? Busy, busy, busy. Action is coming in for you here, Cancers. Now you might find that you're feeling a little bit like everything is up in the air and you're not quite settled. So there is a fast-paced action with this card, and it indicates things are coming in quick, but they could go out quickly as well. So opportunities that might come in could go quick. So if you want to grab them, now is the time to grab them. If you do feel that everything is a little bit up in the air, don't worry about it. That will pass. That will pass. But there's this swift action that's coming in, and really this is saying that things need doing now. Things need doing yesterday, Cancers. So if you've been thinking about it, now's the time to do it. Got to watch your step a little bit here. So this is the sneaky card. So it could be somebody is being a bit sneaky around yourself, but you know, rest assured they will be found out. Or it could be that you are the one having to be a bit sneaky. Now, no one likes to say they're sneaky. Whenever I do a reading and I get this card and I know it's for that person, they're like, no, it's not me, not me. Well, you have to be a little bit accountable. So we are all a little bit sneaky at some time. So just admit it, Cancers, if it is you being a bit sneaky. Now, it could be sneaky in many, many ways, and it may even be that you just need to be one step ahead of the game. Sometimes we have to put that sneaky foot in to be one step ahead of the game, particularly if we know that others are stealing our thunder around ourselves there. Trust your intuition, Cancerians. Trust your intuition. So whatever you're feeling is probably going to be true there. Just trust and maybe look at more positive ways of dealing with situations. But because you've got the quick card, it doesn't feel like it's going to hang around you. It will be done and dusted, all sorted there. Look out for your little spiritual signs. So your feathers, your coins, maybe your birds, butterflies, that just let you know that you're right and that you're on the right pathway, and just to give you that extra intuitive. Maybe find a mentor or spiritual teaching class or something that might help you really home in on your areas that you want to perfect there. But in a nutshell, trust your gut feeling at the moment, Cancerians, this week, and know that anything up in the air will start to pass. Sometimes things have got to come out in the open and then they settle down afterwards. Okay, your weekly vibe for Leo. Let's have a little look for Leo here. Oh, that's pinged out. We'll go for this one. It's the Ace of Pentacles. So your vibe is on money. Your vibe is on practical things. Could be to do with home as well, Leo. But it's making money or getting offers of money and thinking about ways how you can increase your bank balance. This also talks about very practical areas. So if you've got things going on in your life at the moment, you know, you need a fresh start, but with a practical head. Okay, Leos. Friendship team, another money card, friendship, teamwork and support here. So this is really saying there's some building going on here, building either of work, building of finances, literally building of the home, building of relationships, whatever it is, you're talking about building. And it's also can be literally architect with both of these as well. There's a strong material influence around you this week, Leos. But rely on your team friends as well. Don't struggle on your own. And also it's saying that you could bring something to the table. Someone else could bring something to the table. So together you can work in harmony to be able to bring in even better results. So team playing is going to be important. Friendship groups are going to be important this week. But all on a practical level. You could be finding that you're looking to work with people where there's a bit more of a money influence around you. Or it could be getting the builders in this week. Leos, but whatever it is, there's a happy, there's a good strong vibe there. And your final card is cutting your losses. So you're not one to dwell anyway, Leos, but try not to waste your time on or energy on anything that's going to bring you down or give you a lack of purpose or a lack of money particularly. Don't waste money. Got the money vibe here through and through, so don't waste money. If you find that you've been spending money and it hasn't quite worked out for you, just cut your losses. I wouldn't invest in anything more with this card. I would be very wise about where this is coming in for you. And again, there's the feeling of emotional connections coming in here. So although you've got the practical energy there, it does come in with an emotional energy of knowing your worth, knowing, Leos, what is worth it and what is not. And once you can understand your worth, and once you've cut your losses from these emotional needs, then you can start to look at the cup half full, not half empty. And that's exactly what this card is talking about, looking at the positives, not wasting time on the negative energy there. If there are any losses that is going on, you might find financially that you actually just need to get a practical head for you this week, Leos. And it's not saying just put all your emotional stuff to one side. It's saying for this week, the vibe is on sorting out practical things and trying not to spend too much time in an emotional loss stage, because it's not beneficial for you at this time. Okay, now we're going to move on to Virgos. Birthday for a lot of you Virgos. You have the juggling card. This is your main vibe. Now this is all about juggling money, juggling finances. It could be 2 jobs, it could be 2 homes, it could be 2 relationships. Whatever it is, there's a practical sense with it. It's indicating, Virgos, that you can keep your head above water. But for me, there's this feeling of trying to get a balance of everything. Home, work, whatever it is, trying to get that balance there. But you have to be practical with things. 2s quite come often with choices and decisions, Virgo. So you might have a decision about 2 things, weighing up 2 jobs, 2 situations, where you're going to need to have that practical head sense. Now, this isn't a fast card for me. It is a slower card. So it can indicate that these choices and this juggling is going to go on for a little bit longer. However, you are able to do it. You could be robbing Peter to pay Paul, but you've got the money there to be able to flow. As you move on into the week, you're moving into calmer waters. So you are able to juggle things now. You are able to keep your head above water. You're no longer sinking. You're definitely swimming, Virgos. And this indicates that you're swimming into calmer waters. Things are going to start to pick up for you. And there's that light at the end of the tunnel. You may not be able to see that end of the tunnel at the moment, but you're sure on your way to better things. And you're leaving the troubles and worries behind. Here we have that exciting card where you're going to start to get your mojo back. Teaching, learning, studying is going to be very important for you. And this might be something that you're juggling. Do I work? Do I study? Do I do the both? You're going to start to feel a little bit clearer because the transition is coming in, and you'll come out feeling a bit more enthusiastic. Anything to do with children, this has got a positive influence there. There's this enthusiastic vibe. There's this exciting vibe, charming, and just go-getting really. It's at the very early stages, but it indicates for me that there is some good news on the horizon, and that sort of light at the end of the tunnel there, where you can start to get that enthusiasm, mind, body, spirit experience as well for you. Just that balanced and settled out feeling for you, Virgo. So don't worry about the juggling too much. Know that you're on your way to the calmer waters, that the transition of challenging is passing, and you can start to feel a little bit more excited about what's coming up for you. Okay, so where are we now? We're into Libra. Let's have a look for you Librians. You have the Strength card, first of all, Libra. Now, the Strength card is what it is. It's about strength. It's indicating that you've got to start the week off. The main vibe for the whole week is about holding your tongue and maybe just being careful about what you say or how you say things, or dealing with people in a sensitive manner. This card is called Love Wins Over Hate. So it's like you're just killing people with kindness really now. This card is all about that tactful energy and knowing that you've got that inner strength within you to be able to be tact. It's going to keep your power. And I've said this so many times, you can scream and shout and lose your rag and it's too late, you've lost it. It's not very becoming and you end up looking a bit of a twat really. So by holding your own power, by keeping your mouth shut a little bit more and dealing with things in a much more mature way, you're going to own your own stuff a lot easier and a lot lot better. So be mindful this week, Libras. You then have the self-sufficiency card that comes in from that. Now this indicates here that you've got the money is starting to come in a little bit easier for you, or you're working hard, you're prepared to work hard to be able to get your hard work, your fruits of your labour there, albeit slow progress. This card indicates that you're resilient to things as well. You can be self-sufficient. It is an independent card. It's not the card I would have for couples and relationships, and a lot of you Libras would prefer to be in a relationship because you're ruled by Venus there. But this is it's I forget the word. I forgot the word yesterday when I used this card. But it's independent and it's making your own money. You don't have to rely on anybody else to make your own money, Libra. You can work toward your own goals and get good rewards for it. But it reminds you not to be too generous as well. It reminds you just to hold that power, because if you start giving away all your money, giving away everything you've worked for, then you are really going to be sorry that you've done that there. So be mindful about how much energy you're putting into things. I don't want to say be tight, but just be a bit mindful there. Home news can come in with this, moving a house can come in with this, but self-resilience and somebody who can, the influence around you is being able to be self-made, really, not relying on anybody else, and your hard work paying off. And this brings you to a lovely overcoming card where you can look back and say how far you've come with things. You've got over things in the past, Libras. You're in a good, strong position. So you're now in a good, strong position, even more so that you can say, yeah, you're resilient. You've got this. You can do this. Any little bumps that you come across over this week, just deal with them in a sensitive manner, Libras, and you can come through them, no problem there. You might have a few little war wounds. You might have a little bump on the head or have a bruised ego along the way, but you will still come through it. And you've got that strength and determination and that strong independent streak that you can do this. You can get through anything that you won't. You don't need to rely on other people, Libras, this week. You've got it all yourself going on there, and you can come through, even a little bit bruised. You're definitely coming through things now. No longer go around in circles or banging your head against a brick wall. Okay, resourceful, that comes to mind, resourceful. Let's have a little look for Scorpios now. What's your vibe, Scorpios? Again, money, a lot of money for people now. Maybe that's because we're coming into September and we're thinking about the next phase, the next chapter in our lives. September always has this sort of new vibe for me, new start. I get it in October, I get it at birthdays, I get it in January, so it's forever a fresh start. Now, Scorpios, this is about paying off debt, clearing debt. So be very sensible with your money that's coming in. Try not to borrow any money, but if you have to borrow money, make sure you can pay it back. If you're loaning any money, make sure that you can afford to give it away, because you might have trouble getting it back. This can be voluntary card, this can be the charity card as well. You're eager to help others, but you need to make sure that balance is coming in. And if you're getting help all the time, then you'll need to look at somewhere where you start to help yourself a little bit more. But anything that money comes in, or any energy that comes in, it's about getting that balance, paying debt off, clearing debt, and being grateful for what you have. But predominantly it's getting a balance. And that's your main theme, is trying to balance everything this week, particularly financially around you, Scorpios. Now the Chariot card is one of my favourite cards of the deck. It's a homecoming card. It's a very victorious card. It does come with challenges though. It indicates a very bumpy ride, but if you stay focused, you've got this. It's a big, powerful card. It's a major card. So it's a big message. Just stay focused, even though you might get swayed off track a little bit, even though you might be distracted, and people might try and distract you. This is like, just stay focused, because you can win at the end of the day there. You can get victory for yourself. Wishes can come true with this card as well. It's like literally putting it out there to the celestial planes about bringing in some good fortune for you. And this is about control, having that control and balance back. Again, both these cards talk about balance. So this week for you, Scorpios, there's a lot of balance and control coming in, but being mindful that you're the one that needs to be able to do that. And this isn't, again, it's not about cracking the whip. It's about controlled, calm balance there, and where authority comes in for you, but in a controlled, calm manner. Now you might find, Scorpios, that somebody who's gone away comes back again. There could be some travel indication, but they're coming back, and this is a victorious outcome as well. If you're single, this card can bring that somebody, your knight in shining armour really could be coming in your life now. It is one of my favourite cards. And you end on the Tower there. So shocking and surprise news this week. Where am I? Scorpios for you. Shocking and surprise news for it. So it's really important that you stay focused. If you want to gain what it is you want to get, if you want to get, you know, good in whatever area it is, it's about staying focused, because there are distractions around, money distractions and other chaos that could be coming in around your life. Again, it's a major card, so it's an important message. Disruption, upheaval, could be house moves, could be if somebody is coming back around, it just upsets things a little bit. But the silver lining is that you can rebuild on that, and you can build it a lot stronger, you can rebuild the foundations a lot stronger. So expect there to be a little bit of an upheaval around the week, but stay focused, don't lose sight about what it is that you want to get. And just know that everybody has to go through a little bit of a bumpy ride at some point. You're not on your own, so don't try the pity card there, but look at it in a positive way, that you can rebuild something. Okay, now this card, although it is a little bit shocking, it doesn't have to always have a negative spin. It could be that there's going to be surprises coming in that do disrupt your life, but you can quite easily, you know, get on top of that. It doesn't have to break you. You can achieve much. So staying focused, but the main theme is being practical. Getting that balance will definitely support any challenges, any bumps that you've got to ride through. By being balanced and focused, that's going to help you. Sorting out your finances is really going to be one way that's going to help make you feel a lot more in control of things there. Okay, Scorpios. Let's move on to Sagittarians. What do we have for you, Saggies, for this week? The Justice card. I don't even know what date it is. I think it's the 6th, 7th, 8th of August, September. I'm not even sure the date. I've literally been living in a bubble. Okay, Saggies, you've got the Justice card. It's a big, powerful message. Your main theme this week, it could be paperwork, it could be legal things. It's definitely about the truth and accountability. The Justice card comes up when accountability is very strong and important for you. So we have to own our own shit, don't we? We have to be accountable for our own actions. And if other people are doing things and you're not happy about that, you can't change their way. You can only change the way that you deal with it. So it really is owning your own stuff and making sure that you're accountable how you deal with everything. If you've been doing things that aren't quite right, Saggies, just know that you will get found out, that the justice will be served. If you've been doing everything tickety-boo, you're all fine with that. Can come up with legal things. You might be looking to get your car renewed, you could be looking at house moves, you could be looking at getting paperwork and contracts sorted this week. Important documents might be the theme. The Justice card is the truth. Now, Saggies are very direct. They're like the truth, and they don't beat around the bush. And that's what this card is indicating as well. That, you know, you're fair in it though. You're not a complete bitch. You're fair in it, but the sword of truth is there. So getting to the truth of the matter is important, and pushing through something. If you've been hanging around for some legal things, pushing through to actually finally, come on, guys, let's get sorted now. Your next card is the Devil. Now this card, especially with this influence, again, it's a big major card. Try not to let it consume you. Try not to let your ego get involved or let something over consume you to the point of destruction there. So if you're worrying about something, don't over worry about it. If you're obsessing about something, just have a bit of a reality check. Try and take a step back, see things from a different light. Don't let that get you down. If there's anything of a depression or anything to do with, what do I want to call, drink, drugs, any obsessions, addictions of any kind, obviously, you know, the Truth card there, be wary. The Justice card, be wary there, because this is your right pathway. This is the dodgy pathway, if you like. Temptation could be around, but it's all going to be about the truth. So knowing your own truth so that you don't have to go down that slippery road or be consumed by anything that's got a less positive vibe to it. And your final card is, it's a bit frustrating for you this week. Going through all of this is a bit of a challenge for you, Saggies, because you don't want to be held responsible for other people's stuff. You don't want to be trapped in any way, shape or form. You want to be free to do what you want to do, but you're feeling a little bit frustrated here. Now, on first glance, and these cards are heavy, they're swords, they're mental, they're consuming cards, but this, see, her feet are out of the chains there, so you can break free. you know, your mind is a massive, powerful tool here. And by the end of the week, what you think might consume you, you could think actually there's thinking outside the box, seeing things from a different way. Maybe it's not quite in the direction you thought, but by being flexible, you can move some mountains there. So don't let things get too down to you, but do know that this frustration there could bite you in the bum, but you have to just try and look at things from a different way or go about it in a different approach there. All right, but be mindful of how you deal with people, because you really don't want to come stuck later on. So do it honestly, fairly. So we're having a look at Capricorn now. Let's have a look at our little Capricorns. Okay, you are moving on, Capricorns. The feel and the vibe is emotional this week. It's emotions. So whatever area in your life you could be feeling just that extra bit emotional. However, you are moving on from what no longer serves you, Capricorn. So you're now in the position where you're like, done, I'm done with that, moving on. And it's been a difficult process. So this is indicating you've been thinking about this for a while, but now you're in a position to actually start moving on. You are leaving the problems behind as you turn your back on them. Trust your intuition very much with this card. Going in search of yourself. This is a self-search card. Spiritually very, very deep about going to find you. What do you want? What ticks for your boxes there? And maybe you're turning your back on material things. Maybe you're turning your back on things that you thought you once wanted and now you realise you don't. So have a real think about where it is in life you will need this change coming up, Capricorns. And trust your own gut feeling there. But the emotions there, that will lead you to be very, very happy. Happy, content, you'll be blessed and you'll be counting your blessings. You could be feeling a little bit smug, but that's not really your trait, Capricorn, so you'll probably keep that to yourself if you do feel. But this is saying count your blessings, be happy with what you've got. By moving on, you'll really be able to find that self-worth and that self-sufficiency within you there. This is the wish card as well, so you can put your hopes and dreams out. Now, both of these cards talk about either being single or being in a place where you can, you don't need other people to make you happy. You can, even if you've got a family or relationships, this is like your own self can make you happy. And that's really what it is in a nutshell for all of us, isn't it? We don't want to be reliant on anyone to make us happy. We want to find that within. So this week, Capricorns, is your chance to be able to find some self-peace, self-worth, self-love, and you've got it. And look at your next card. It is the wish card. Capricorns, this is lovely. You've got a fresh start blooming. This is a real positive card. Your health should start to pick up. There's a stronger vitality coming in around you, or you've just got that hope and optimism that's coming back in your life. New beginnings are coming in here, and it looks like once you've realised what's important and what's not important, it's really going to tick all the boxes and make you feel wonderful again. So, you know, really put your wishes out there. 2 wish cards. Really put your hopes and dreams out there, Capricorns, and just walk away from what no longer serves you. However hard that is, it really is going to give you that excitement that's coming up for you, and that new you, that new freedom, that's coming. Okay. Aquarians, let's have a look, Aquarians, what we have for you now. Your first card, it's a good card, it's action card, it's wands. So we're talking about work, we're talking about creative energy, we're talking about action, travel, movement. This card is excellent when you're waiting for some good news. So it starts the week off, Aquarians, where you're feeling a little bit excited. Literally the world is your oyster there. It's a stepping up as well. There's more power coming for you this week. You can see all the new shoots, so there's going to be some new opportunities. 2s are choices and decisions, so you might have some choices around there. But really, whatever direction you go into, this is going to be a good week for you, Aquarians, by the looks of it. You can open your heart and open your world to many possibilities there. So stop with the sabotaging, self-sabotaging. Stop with the I can't, I don't, I deserve this, or the problems that you're trying to create yourself, and just enjoy what you've got, Aquarians. Just be open to having everything that you want and be excited over these next, I mean, this is a 2-week card, but we're talking about this week, but it's definitely taken you a step into this wonderful new chapter, this wonderful new world that you've started to think about already, and it's now right on your doorstep for you. Okay, Capricorn, Aquarians, new direction follows that. New ways of thinking, could be new contracts, new paperwork. You might find there's a little bit of fuzzy head, but just keep that focus in moving forward. You're not going back, you're moving forward. Aces and new beginnings, and eventually this will cut the ties of the past and move you into a fresh new start. But there's always a little bit of cloudiness that comes in at the beginning of this. It's mental, you do overthink, Aquarians. You do think a lot here, but your thinking is starting to get a bit clearer, particularly with the influence of the 2 of Wands there. It's becoming a bit clearer, and you're looking more forward to the future. Okay, and a perfect card, the Wheel of Fortune, Aquarians. Luck is really on your side this week. There's travel, there's movement. You could be looking to get a new car, new home, or even thinking about the holidays that we haven't been able to have much, unless some of you have been lucky enough, or crazy enough even, to have gone away. The lucky card is like destiny is now playing its part. You're meant to be on this movement. You're meant to be in this pathway now. There's learning, there's studying, there's growth that's coming up for you. So 2 fabulous cards about worldly things coming in here as well. The 4 will be the balance and bringing in all aspects around you. So lots of different emotional, mental, financial, logical, all sorts coming in around you now. And it's, you know, this new chapter, it's all about a new chapter, and it's bubbling away this week. But there's a lot of excitement vibe coming for you, Aquarians. You're gonna have to just go with the flow. I think you're just gonna have to bite the bullet, move forward, go with the flow. But no, by going with the flow, luck is taking you where you should go. Destiny is taking you where it's meant to. So very exciting vibe for you, Aquarians. Last but not least, let's have a look at our Pisces. What do we have for our Pisces this week? Pisces, you also have the Wheel of Fortune, Pisces. Start the week feeling like you want movement, you want action, you want to change things. You don't want to be stuck where you've been, you now want to move forward. And you're prepared to just, I mean, you can be a little bit lazy, Pisces, to be honest, but you might be prepared a bit more to put effort in to get what it is that you want. And it will take a little bit of effort. You can't just sit on the sofa and expect things to just fall in your lap. This will take a little bit of effort to get things moving, Pisces. So you are going to have to meet the universe halfway. But wow, when you do, it is going to be super lucky for you, and it will be worth the move for sure. The Hierophant indicates, the Hierophant indicates that there's some normality coming for you at last, whatever is normal for anybody. There is this feeling of groups coming in around you. So I would suggest, Pisces, here, that you're looking at either conforming to things, joining things, you're making some changes there that are going to make your life a lot more richer. Now this not necessarily financially richer, but with groups, organisation. You like to be in some, not routine, but you like to make sure that everything is just so. You don't want things chaotic. And if things have been chaotic, this card suggests that a calm, normal reality check is coming in there. But be open to spiritual things, be open to groups and organisations, and be open to joining things where you're like conforming, where you're following the rules, regulations. Not really a good thing for some Pisces there, but you might just find that actually that you like it at the moment, and this week conforming is going to be important here. And your last card, Pisces, if I can get that right there, it's the Happy Family card. So it's going to bring you much happiness, a happy family vibe, family coming together. There's a freedom, there's a fun element coming in here. Being with children, being with younger members, or being with sort of like younger, like-minded people around you. The sun is shining, so you really could be thinking about forward planning of, actually, I'm going to start making some things happen here so I can get my happy vibe. 3 huge important cards for you there, Pisces. Big cards. But they're leading you to fun, they're leading you to happiness, and they're leading you to emotional contentment, the most powerful place to be anyway. There where you can be, I'm happy, I'm all right, and where you're helping other people be happy as well, which is something you love to do, Pisces. You like to make other people feel happy as well. So there's a strong happiness vibe coming in. This is a yes card. So I really feel, Pisces, if you want to change things in your life, this is the vibe that you want. This is the work that you've got to put into. This is the week that you need to do it. Even if it is conforming, even if it is to doing what other people want a little bit, doesn't matter. It's going to bring you happiness and success there. So make some changes. Really think about the changes that you need to make, Pisces. It's now. I'm not saying it's now or never, but there's definitely a good influence around you now with the Wheel of Fortune. Your luck can change if you really want it to, and you're destined for it. You're not destined for a moody blues. You're destined for much greater things. That is for sure. So they are your tarot scopes for the week. Have a fabulous week. If you would like to book a full reading, please contact me on www.katemay.co.uk. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kate May Modern Day Mystic, and on Instagram and on Facebook group, Kate May Modern Day Mystic. Have a lovely week, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.